Welcome back to the fourth segment of Banama today. Joel was telling me about visuals and all that, and then we were going on air. I was like, Joel, we're going on air. All right, welcome, Joel, to the show. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Pleasure.
Yesterday you were at Wealth Mentors, the seminar, and are there many people there?
We had about
400 is a lot.
40
already.
people.
That's a lot.
Well, here's what's interesting. There were over 900 that signed up to come. So it shows you that even people with great intentions don't get out of bed in the morning and they don't take action.
Right.
What blew me away was that I spent 2 days with these people.
Right.
And I was told things in the United States that are lies.
Okay.
I was told that the people here would just want to make money. So I came here to teach them absolutely monetizable processes that would enable them to generate a lot of income.
Right.
And I get there, and there's all these beautiful open minds and open hearts. And last night, which just, I was in tears. I had to keep wiping my face because I had people under 25 years old telling me that they now had hope, that they found the answers. I had a man, 64 years old last night, that told me that he had spent $500,000 on training, which we're talking U.S.
Yeah.
And ring it, you know, he did the conversion. He said, it didn't work. He said, everything you taught me here, you proved to me in the room what actually worked. Because that's what I do. When I show something, I actually demonstrate it.
Right.
And they see the result, and you can't question it. It's inarguable that it actually was. So people are just, they kind of fall in love with the process because I'm showing them. We had Peng Jun there, who's a local Malaysian. This young man, this beautiful young man, he's got such a beautiful heart. He'd been trained by these other people that were supposedly persuasion experts and experts in presenting their ideas. And he happens to have special skills with the internet. He builds beautiful sites and he has digital products and whatnot. And he didn't like the way he was presenting himself. It didn't feel right. It was like creating stories and it wasn't accurate. It was very manipulative. And then he came to train with me. And I taught him how to connect from the heart in an authentic way, to talk about his family and his background, and to just teach a few things really well versus a lot of things where you don't even know what you learned.
Right.
He put $700,000 in his pocket in less than 14 months just from the changes that he made in the training. And I gave these secrets away over the weekend. And one of the secrets that I gave away, and by the way, am I talking too much?
No, go ahead. It's right this way.
I was so moved by the people here that I shifted. I realized immediately, and I did my research, I do my due diligence. It's my fourth time back in Malaysia. I'm going to Singapore now. Friday, Saturday, I'll be training people. Can I mention that there's a website that has a lot of free information and some gifts?
Go ahead.
JoelBauerLive.com.
L-I-F-E. Oh, L-I-V-E.
L-I-V-E. So JoelBauer Live, L-I-V-E, all one word, and at JoelBauerLive.com, they're going to find gifts. They're going to have video trainings there. They're going to see samples from the weekend of the people, and they're going to see people crying about things that should have been taught to them earlier. Let's face it, traditional education is very important, and particularly here in Asia. And I'm seeing something in Asia that just scares me. I see young people and people not so young that really need to be able to buy a home. And no matter how hard they work, it looks like it's almost impossible. And so it's so vital for them to be able to generate multiple streams of revenue, or what I call passive income, where they can do something as simple as taking something they love, a piece of information, creating a system around this thing that they love, and it could be a hobby. I show them how to do this. They put up a simple website that I show them how to do for free, and then they see the money coming in, and they can't believe how easy it is. The techniques I showed during the weekend, one of the things that scares them is it cannot be this simple, because their education was so demanding and so expensive. I can't stand the name of this book.
Yeah, he was telling me about it.
I wanted to call the book The Heart Connection. Meaning creating a relationship. I don't manipulate. People persuade themselves. I do three things. You tell the truth, you maintain your authenticity, you know who you are, you stand by your convictions, tell the truth, be authentic, show the proof. This book, I don't even want people to buy this book.
Right.
Because what I teach them in the 2-day seminar, I don't put the good stuff in here.
Right.
I put good stuff in here, but not the stuff that actually changes lives. This is stuff that inspires people to want to come and then train with me. If they that's why I'm just going to put this thing down. It's a best-selling book. This cost me over $75,000 to get in the market, between the professional writers who cleaned up my writing, the distribution, the road shows, the public relations. Every dime that I spent was wasted money. I showed them at the event in a half an hour how to write their own book. And they can't believe it because they don't even know that they just wrote their own book. I show them a technique where they don't even know they just created a book. And every one of them goes, they sit there and I go, do you realize that you just created your own system that you can now sell online, money while you're sleeping, money that's in your bank account, money that's wired to you while you're sleeping, money that comes in through credit cards, cash and checks, and all you had to do was let people know that you exist for the first time. And that's what I'm doing. That's where the hope came from. These people come to this event and they leave knowing that their information has value. They leave knowing that they can open themselves up and communicate from the heart and let people know that they exist.
Right.
My techniques are structured where they learn one step. I talk about Bruce Lee, and I talk about something that he created, a letter that he wrote for himself that determined his destiny. And I give them a mechanism for free at this event, which is where we start. I show them how one of my students made $2.2 million in just under 2 years, only using 5 techniques. And then I give them the 5 techniques at the, let me just give everyone a technique.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right
why not?
now.
Yeah, why not?
How
Share
long do
one
we
or two
have?
things.
How are we doing on time?
We have another 5 minutes plus.
Okay.
Okay.
This is an income producing instrument.
Right.
And if I were to hand you this, I wouldn't let you see, this is I don't let my wife touch it. I don't let my kids touch it. This little camera that I think I spent $88 on, it's a little Canon, doesn't matter what brand it is, it does something magical. And it's too expensive. I don't want you to buy one of these. I don't want you to use your cell phone. I want them to go out and spend $10 or $15, which would be 45 ringgit. I want them to buy themselves a little Logitech camera, and it will change their life.
Okay.
They plug it in to the USB port on any computer, or they use the computer that already has a camera built in.
All right.
All you need to do is have a camera built in. When you get an email, and it's an important one, or you're sending one, don't write the email.
Okay.
Just, someone sends you an email, Fabian sends me an email, he says, I'm excited about interviewing you tomorrow morning on the television show, and I'd love it if you could send me a few things that would help me in the background, for example.
Right.
And I turn on the camera and I go, Fabian, I've attached a couple of videos that are pertinent from the weekend. They show people emotionally consumed in changes that they're going to make that are going to generate a lot of money rolling in and freedom rolling out. I've also sent you, Fabian, some gifts that people can download off the website at the television station. I talk to you on the camera. I click stop. I drag it on top of the email, and I'm done. It's click, start, click, stop, drag. The way that we speak is not the way that we write.
Yeah, right.
We write differently.
We can't send emotions across with words.
That's right. So you have tonality, modulation, inflect. Like right now, this microphone is doing all the work for me.
Right.
A lot of people come into the studio and they don't know that this is amplifying me.
No.
I don't need to be loud.
That's right.
And when people talk on the cell phone and they're talking to someone in China or Bangladesh or India, and they're, what are you yelling? What do you think if you, it's not a paper cup connected to a piece of string.
Yeah.
If you use video to convey your emotions, people that never would, look, I wanted to connect with Bill Gates years ago.
Right.
And I sent a series of emails through a contact that I had, and I was ignored.
Right.
I sent him one video, little short video, 3 megabytes, attached to an email. I got a call back. I have done this countless times with some of the most powerful people in the world and regular people with families just like yours and mine. The response you generate with video is transformational. It's multimedia. They can hear, they can sense your emotions, and the more senses we involve, the more income that we generate, the more freedom that we have. It's a technique that is so powerful. The other thing that everyone out there can do, if they don't have an opportunity to train with me, and I call this the $1 million revelation, it's called the silent salesman. When you have someone, and you flip on that camera, and I'm turning this on right now, and let's just say you were a student of mine.
Right.
I would hold your hand with your permission, and I would say, tell me about how what I've taught you has impacted your life. Now I realize in India here, not in India here, but I realize that right here on this trip, at this location, at this juncture, some people may not be comfortable with holding hand, but by the end of
don't worry. Yeah.
by the end of the 2-day event, people were touching. They were doing the techniques. If you've helped someone in their life, they'll hold your hand. This connection is like electricity. I turn on the camera, I hold it over here, and I say, with your permission, you don't mind if I take out my little tiny pocket camera and capture the way you feel, as that will help me to help more people. Right. And the person tells me about how just dressing differently, like dressing the way I am right here, with the white tie, the white shirt, the black suit, and it kind of pops the color. There's 5 colors that are instrumental. They talk to me about how it increased their income by 25%. It got them the pay raise in their job. It got them taken seriously and respected. Now they're vice president of marketing or sales. Those are the kind of things that happen. When you can capture what you did for someone and set it, it's proof, it's a testimonial. And you put them on a video and they go on a website, they go on a link in your email. You send someone an email and there's a little video link there. It's why people come to Fabian for the answers.
Right.
They click and they see it. If anyone is listening right now and they're thinking, it can't be that simple to just capture. How many times have you been celebrated in life and you forgot, you didn't know, you didn't capture it on video? You can't prove it ever happened.
Right.
All you can do is talk about it, and that's not as meaningful. So the silent salesman are the experiences in your life where someone was trying to celebrate you, and you archived it, and you put it on a little video, in an email, online, offline. It absolutely generates massive income. Some of my websites, which are generating ridiculous sums of money while I sleep, just like my students, people like you, families like yours, doing this stuff. If they would come and train with me, they will leave there not just with the answers, but the actions. There was a book written called The Secret. I was asked to participate in the construction of the book, and I said, I'm going to pass.
Right.
And the reason is, that book is not as important as the obvious.
Right.
We don't need the secret. We need to know what the moves are.
Right.
The Secret talks about abundance, money just coming to you automatically. You got to take the actions. I show people this Friday and Saturday in Singapore. I show what I showed them here in Malaysia.
Right.
But I'm going to go even deeper because I learned from the people here. I always learn when I help a group. I understand the needs of the people in Singapore. I'm coming back to Malaysia in November. JoelBauerLive.com will tell them how they can get 2 or 3 or 4. If we have seats, we'll give them to them. We charge $3,000 for these seats in Los Angeles, California. In the United States, we're giving them away here. I pay my own way to come in here.
Right.
I'm not paid to be here. I don't care if they ever invest in anything I have. I will give them my life's work if they will come to the event. I will teach them for 2 days and 2 nights. There's no salesman, no other speakers.
Right. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Thank you for talking to us. November is the date. I know what. I will bring you back again. When you come back here, we'll bring you back again on the show. And before the show, we're going to talk about it. And we're going to fill up the free seats that you have. How about that?
I would love to come back.
Thank you very much for watching Bernama today. There's Joel Bauer. Thank you for coming on the show. And thank you for watching Bernama today. You won this recording. We have it on our website, facebook.com/Bernama today. Thank you very much.